President Biden is packing his Defense Department with people from the defense industry. A sign that not much has really changed in American policy, right? I'll tell you what, this story, it takes me back to the Clinton era. All right, and I wish I could say it wasn't Obama, but he did the same thing.
He did.
It's almost that neoliberal thing, isn't it?
Right. It really
neoliberal means we're joined at the hip with Wall Street, where you used to be a Democrat, you used to be a liberal, and you weren't enamored with the idea that we're pumping billions of dollars into the weapons industry. That's exactly what's going on here. Raytheon, Boeing, all McDonnell Douglas. This is a payday for them, isn't it?
Right. General Dynamics on that list, too, and you have all these other smaller consultancy firms. You have Wall Street itself tied to the weapons industry. All of them have a seat at the table
now
with the Pentagon.
They did last term. Trump. They did the term before that.
Exactly, because this is just how it works now.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid too many people have come to accept that, well, these people know it best. No, they don't. What these people know is making a lot of money, selling a lot of things that blow up. And what we're doing is we're blowing up civilians overseas. We know that. Reports have done that. I'm pretty sure we've done plenty of segments on that.
Half dozen stories.
90% of the time they miss their targets. So we know where the money is going, and we know who the money is killing, and these are people going about their daily lives.
Let's add another feature to it. Here's where it really gets interesting. When we think of the defense industry, we think of Northrop, we think of McDonnell Douglas, we think of Raytheon, we think of the folks that build weapons that kill people all over the world, right? Now there's a new development. Google, Microsoft, and again, Amazon. Okay, they're now moving into the favorites of the DoD, the Department of Defense. Talk about that just a minute.
Right. These companies have been competing for a long time for these lucrative contracts. Let us handle all your cloud computing. Let us handle all your software needs. Let us handle any kind of digital aspect of war, which is where it's all moving. Let us handle cybersecurity. And they're getting so much money, billions and billions per year from the defense industry, that yes, you do have to classify Google and Amazon and Microsoft as defense contractors at this point, because so much money comes from there.
Farron, how did we get to the point in this country where a person that calls themselves a liberal, okay, I identify as a liberal, where we're more lined up with the weapons industry than probably, than everybody else? Understand that's what's happening here. And it seems to be okay. Let's rattle sabers with Russia. Let's start a new Cold War with Russia. Let's go after China. That would scare the bejesus out of most liberals who've read Howard Zinn.
Yeah.
You've interviewed Howard Zinn, right? So let's talk about that. Just how have we gotten here? Got about 30 seconds.
You always have these political realignments, and I think that's what's happening. The defense industry right now thinks that the Democratic Party is more lucrative for them. So they pump more money in, they send their people to D.C., they get them appointed to these positions, and it does become more lucrative for them. If there's a shift in the Republican Party in the future, maybe they'll shift back. Maybe things are good with the Democrats and they ride that gravy train. But it's sickening that so many voters accept it.
Well, the idea of liberal it just means neoliberal. That's what corporations are fine, Wall Street's fine, as long as they give the Democratic money, as long as the Democratic Party money.
Yeah.
Real upside down. Finally tonight, some good news. The Biden administration has announced that they're halting all drilling leases for the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. It's a big win for the environment. Farron Cousin joins me again to talk about the story. Take it.
This is a story that, progressives have been wanting to hear for almost a decade and a half at this point, that we're not going to continue putting more leases out there for ANWR. This is, over 1 million acres of land that geologists say maybe there's billions of gallons of crude oil down there just waiting for us to take. But this is also sacred land for native tribes in Alaska. It is a refuge for many endangered species, including polar bears at this point, snowy owls. And it's environmentally sensitive even outside of those endangered species. This is an area, if you have a spill, which would happen, you're not coming back from that. So we have been fighting, the progressives have been fighting, environmental groups have been fighting since the W. Bush administration to make this a reality. And finally, at least temporarily, it is this reality, and it's a great thing to see.
Well, Trump was setting it up for disaster, wasn't he?
He really was. He's put the whole thing on steroids late last year, kind of sensing that a sea change was coming, which was always very odd to me. He owed nothing to the fossil fuel industry, so why he would do this for them didn't make a ton of sense other than just felt like doing it.
I got to tell you something. We try to call balls and strikes here. We're critical of Biden when he does stupid stuff. Happens pretty regularly.
Right.
But he does some important stuff, too.
He does.
Came in and he said, look, I'm going to be an environmental president. I'm going to change the way we think about energy. I'm going to move us to green. And, he said it. And what I love is he's trying it. He's delivering on it.
Right.
And so all of the, one story we do about how he's packing the cabinet with war hawks and war pimps, we got to criticize that. But, when they do something that really matters, you have to say good job.
Right. And that's, the difference. You've got to be able to see through the horrible things and call them out for it, while at the same time understanding that it's not all black and white. A Republican can do good things. Democrats can do good things. They both definitely do bad things.
Oh, you're going to get some bad. You're going to get bad comments about that.
But it's our job not to say everything is bad.
It's not. Everything's not beautiful and
Right.
everything is not bad. That's the truth. Thanks for joining me, Farron.
Thank you.
That's all for tonight. Find us on Twitter and on Facebook at facebook.com/RT America's Lawyer. You can watch RT America programs on DirecTV channel 321 and also stream them live on YouTube. And be sure to check out RT's new portable app where you can watch all your favorite shows. I'm Mike Papantonio, and this is America's Lawyer, where every week we tell you the stories that corporate media is ordered not to tell because their advertisers won't let them or because their political affiliations don't allow for it. Have a great night.